One of the more interesting aspects of the new Apostolic Reformation is the process of appointing leadership and the history behind it. Much like the monarchies of the Middle Ages, the advancement of new leadership is governed by those currently in power. Those groomed to be new leaders are fully aligned with the agenda of the current leadership. A succession of new leaders, usually given the title of apostle or prophet, are appointed as authoritarian figures governing a specific branch or sect of the movement. After an apostle has been groomed and confirmed as willing to submit to the authority and agenda of others, they are brought before a council of 2 or 3 and dubbed with their new title. This procedure usually takes place before an audience, often televised, ensuring that members of the movement are aware of the new authoritarian figure. To ensure the successful granting of authoritarian power within the group, leaders of the NAR employ deceptive practices involving angels, demons, visions, and alleged voices of God Himself, claims that cannot be proven or disproven by the rank-and-file members of the group. They build upon the strategies of their predecessors, modernizing some of the more incredible aspects of historical transitions of power to make the stories more believable. However, in some cases, the narratives are so implausible that they must instead rely on a closely related strategy. Members of the movement are manipulated in such a way that they disengage from all critical thought. An example of this can be found in the storyline used to convince people that the Kansas City Fellowship and the ministries or movements that developed from that fellowship were inspired by God. According to leaders of the NAR, God sent His angel, whom they call Emma, to bless the movement.
The Lord told me on January the 12th, He said the healing angel will make his return to Morning Star on January the 13th. The Lord spoke to me in an audible voice and told me the healing angel would make his return.
Disgraced NAR prophet and faith healer, Todd Bentley, claimed to have heard the audible voice of God announcing an angelic visitation. According to Bentley, the alleged angel played a key role in the Lakeland revival in Florida.
And the angel of the Lord came, and the gift of revelation and the word of knowledge and the gift of healing began to operate. And we were wall to wall on January the 13th. The night the Lord spoke to me audibly, January the 12th. He said, the healing angel that you have known in your ministry, that was a part of what happened in Lakeland, Florida, you cannot deny.
The angel story was spread across multiple ministries by multiple leaders in the NAR. Apparently, Bob Jones originated the story of Emma the Angel during the formation of the Kansas City Fellowship, and Emma became one of the not-so-closely guarded secrets of the Kansas City prophets. Leaders of the NAR have claimed that the so-called angelic visitation occurred recently during 3 waves of revivals. The Toronto Blessing, the Pensacola Revival, and the Lakeland Revival were all linked to the mythology of the angel named Emma.
And when I came here on January the 12th, the Lord spoke to me audibly that January the 13th, the healing angel would make his return here at Morning Star.
What made leaders of the NAR decide to use the story of Emma the Angel to attract converts to their version of the gospel? Why were their listeners so receptive to their claims of an angelic visitation? Where did the NAR get this idea? To find out, we must first examine the early stages of the healing revivals of the late 1940s.
I had an angelic encounter. The angel of the Lord came to me and spoke to me audibly, and I saw the healing revival of 1948, 1950, and William Branham, and I saw the ministry of John G. Lake, and I saw a powerful outpouring of healing, and I talked about the coming healing revival. I prophesied it for more than a decade.
When leaders of the NAR talk about the angel Emma, they often reference the latter rain movement and William Branham, the leader of the post-World War II healing revivals. For some versions of his stage persona, Branham claimed to administer a faith cure in his revivals with the help of an angel. In some instances, Branham prayed to this angel, instead of God, for healing and deliverance.
Angel of God, I do not see you, but I know that you're standing near. Please, thou knowest my heart and know how I love these people. Stand by me tonight, and may not one go through without faith. And I know that your words have been true. I took you at your word, for you said you were sent from God. I believed you, and you've stuck by me. You have confirmed the word with signs following. Now, again tonight, on this March the 5th, this Memorial Night, may you stand now and heal everyone.
However, this was not always the case. Though Branham claimed in the 1950s to have received an angelic visitation on the same day that the nation of Israel was formed, which he incorrectly claimed to have been in 1947, he also asserted that an angel was present in his revivals to help people believe in his power to heal the sick. William Branham used multiple stage personas, each having a different type of alleged commission by God. Different methods were used by Branham, some of which did not involve an angel. In fact, in the earliest versions of his stage persona, William Branham claimed to have the power to heal without God or an angel.
And, of course, putting my mind on it, and having her to watch that and not me, as many times in a meeting, I'll take any cross-eyed child you got in this meeting, you bring it up here without even praying for it, and you let me look at it, straight in the eyes like that, I'll make his eyes come straight.
In the version of William Branham's stage persona used in 1945, 2 years before his cult of personality believes his healing ministry began, Branham claimed to have been commissioned by God to heal the sick when he received an alleged vision. The story of this version of his stage persona is detailed in his 1945 tract entitled, "I Was Not Disobedient to the Heavenly Vision."
But I've had over 100 encounters with the angel of the Lord, the healing angel, and the healing angel is not a female angel.
When leaders of the NAR introduced an angelic being to their mythology and claimed it was the same alleged angel present in the ministries of William Branham and John Lake, they made one critical mistake. Bob Jones gave the angel a gender when he used the name Emma, and other leaders of the NAR did the same. This apparently created divisions among the group, especially the older generation, who were aware that the stage personas in latter reign having an angel as part of their stage act, did not assign their angel a gender. In later versions of his stage persona, Branham trained latter reign converts to believe that opposing ministries were in error when they created doctrines based on the gender of angels.
People get the two mixed up. They go, he's talking about the healing angel, Emma the female angel. That's a whole other encounter that happened twice. And the last time I really taught about it was on a CD called Angelic Host 7 years ago. And people have taken that one controversy and have connected it to every time I talk about the healing angel, which is a whole different encounter, and it's not a female angel.
Both William Branham's stage persona and his doctrines changed significantly throughout his ministry, often transitioning to the exact opposite of what they had been before. When Todd Bentley tried to defend the NAR claim of having a female angel present during revivals by adding a second, male angel, he faced an unusual problem. While Branham had trained converts to believe that angels had no gender, he had also trained them to believe that the angel present in his ministry was, in fact, male.
A little over 2 years ago now, I was sitting in the room, I was reading the Lord's Schofield Bible, and I heard something. First I saw a light, and I thought it was an automobile that turned the corner. But it turned that it got brighter, and I looked out the door, and there was no automobile. Then I heard something coming like this one, walking. And I looked, and the light got greater, and just above me hung a great star. And the light was kind of more of a green, between green and yellow, shining on the floor. And coming walking through this light came a man that looked like, as I said before, would weigh 200 pounds. A huge man. He did not have beard over his face like Christ pictured us. Who he is, I do not know. But he had dark shoulders. He was more of an olive complexion. He had dark eyes. He walked as close to me as the microphone is there. Yes, it's true, friends, I couldn't speak. And he said to me, I just sit there. And he said, fear not. I'm sent from the presence of God to tell you that this peculiar life of yours, peculiar birth, is a gift of divine healing to the peoples of the world. And said if you'll be sincere and will get the people to believe you, there will be no disease stand before your prayer, not even to cancer. And he said it'll come to pass that you'll tell the people their diseases from a vibration over your hand. Then, if you will be reverent then you'll tell the people the sins of their lives and the things that they have done.
But the healing angel, when you hear me make reference to the healing angel, is not a female angel. For some of you, it doesn't really matter. But I need to make it clear, because there's critics and people out there that think, well, he's lying now and denying the angel. Don't even read the stuff that's on the internet. But one thing I'm doing right now, and I'm telling you, I felt the angel of the Lord's presence coming. For the first time, I felt the gift of healing in my left hand again. And I'll tell you, it's been a long time.
Claims of an angelic visitation during the healing revivals were nothing new. When William Branham introduced the angel mythology for the 1947 version of his stage persona, he began to transition from an altogether different gimmick. Branham claimed to detect diseases by the color of the skin on his hand. If his hand turned purple, Branham claimed that the person standing before him could be healed. If his hand did not turn purple, there was no hope for the person. Not even God had the power to cure them. Researchers have examined this practice used by alleged faith healers in the early 1900s and found the claim to be nothing more than a stage trick. By placing a stone under the arm and squeezing the arm tight against it, the circulation to the hand was slowed. As the circulation was cut off, the hand appeared to change color. So-called faith healers could quite easily change their hands from purple to white simply by constricting or allowing blood flow. This was uncomfortable for the person performing the trick, and over time, faith healers decided on a different gimmick. Instead of cutting circulation, the faith healers would flex their arm muscles to cause their hands to vibrate. Both William Branham and Oral Roberts used this method to convince participants in the revival of their alleged healing power. When Todd Bentley mentioned the healing power of his hand, he likely meant to suggest a hand vibration.
And so publicly, Lord, I repent for offending the supernatural. And I repent that I've denied the testimony of the angel of the Lord.